Hello, I'm Jainam Mehta Mr.Y-Ral and I'm back with one more tutorial. I have been inactive for a relatively long time, but who cares? So, mm, okay, no talking, let's get to the tutorial. So, first I'll play what I got. First, I'll play the original thing, and then you can hear what I got over here, and then I'll play what I got again, and then I'll show you what I did to get that sound. So we need a few things for this sound, but we'll do it. We'll talk about that when we get there. So playing in 3, 2, 1, go. Isn't this song amazing? So here's what I got. Let's get to making that sound. Yep. So what I have here is this one is just a 3x OSC, which is a 3 times oscillator running all on sine, and the CRS, which is image oscillator course, turn all the way down to make a sine wave. And this one is a massive. So let's make it from scratch. First of all, go to the fourth envelope, and if this thing does not look like this, you need to turn the level all the way up. This is very essential if you are making any bass sound, unless you are looking for something that sounds well with this type of an envelope. For this, we need something which looks like this. Yep. Now go to the first oscillator and choose a digigrain over there. And change the spectrum type, change this thing to bend plus, and put the wavetable position all the way down, the intensity all the way down. By down I mean all the way to the left hand side, and the amp to somewhere over here. Yep. And go to the filter one and choose a double notch over there. Now put the resonance to somewhere about 9 o'clock, and the cutoff to somewhere below the C, somewhere below it. Yeah. And now go to the effects one, choose any distortion. I like to use the teletube. Now, okay, what did I do here? Let me check so that we don't miss it. Yeah. Now go to the teletube and put the wetness all the way up, and the drive to somewhere below the D to about 10 o'clock, and go to FX2 and choose the dimension expander, and then in the dimension expander put the wetness to somewhere about 9 o'clock and the size all the way down and just a little bit above 0. Yeah, we have to modulate all this wavetable position, intensity, amp, and cutoff. First of all, increase the pitch to 12. This is not necessary if you put 1 octave above in the piano roll, but then you'll say that you're not getting it because here it was 12 and you didn't do it in the tutorial. Never mind. So we'll choose this one, the second macro control, throw it on wavetable position and let it modulate the whole area. We'll do the same thing with the intensity of the bend plus, the same thing with the amp, also the same thing with the cutoff, but here we'll just modulate it to somewhere probably here. I think it's good. Yeah, it's good. Now go to the oscillator tabs and this option, restart via gate, switch it on so that whenever you play or press any note, the oscillator phase starts from 0, not from 90 or 180 or 270 or 360 or anything random, so that it gives a more uniform sound each time instead of being a little bit off every time. It's the way I like it, but you're free to experiment. Now go to the voicing tab and increase the unison to 2 and switch on the pan position and put it somewhere between the mid part and the leftmost part. I think that's it. So you would have something which would sound like, okay, first of all, you need to put the notes on the second octave. So now you would have some things which sounds like this. Sorry. And that sounds very low. It's because of this knob. You turned it all the way to the right and you would have something sounding like, yep, I think that's what we are looking for. And we have to post process it, so don't start judging it right now. Now you put the notes on the second octave, and the sine wave, it's for the sub bass, and it plays on the third octave. And now what you have to do is choose the massive and route it through any mixer insert. In this case, which I already did, I put it through the 10th FX mixer insert, and I just put a parametric equalizer over there and cut the low part up to somewhere about 175 hertz, so that you get rid of the sub which plays in the massive, so that it is easier for you to have the sub bass while you mix it. Also do the same with this one. Route it through a mixer channel. In this case, I already did route it through mixer insert number 11, and so that's one part done. The 10th channel where you had the massive, and insert a stereo imager. Yeah, I use Ozone 5 and just spread out the highs a bit, the high mids and the highs, and also somewhat the mids, low mids. I think this would do good. And don't forget to choose the stereoize option. Choose the classic chorus. So this chorus is from the classic effects bundle, which is amazing and it is free. So it's nice. And what you have to do is that you have to just open it. You don't have to make any adjustments. If you want, you can just put this modulation rate to 0 so that it remains static. But it does not make much difference because the sound plays for a very short time. And then choose Phazor. So here is Phazor, and this one is a quite convenient plugin, and I use it a lot for my sounds, so I suggest you to use it. Turn the rate all the way down and also the depth all the way down, and spread spread at the center at 12 o'clock. Choose the choose 3 stages to remain active. And what you have to do is when you play this sound, you would have to modulate the frequency of the Phazor. I really suggest you to get this and the classic chorus bundle. So now with both of these, your bass would sound something like this. Put this 10th insert into the 12th insert and don't let it go directly out through the master. Do the same thing with the 12th insert, so that you can control both of those with this single thing like this. Yep. So we're almost there. Now what you have to do is, now just go over there, just put this here, and this part is a bit tricky. It's not tricky, but it is very time consuming. Now choose the massive, and you have to automate this body right here. Now some of you might be thinking how to do that. So go here, make editor thumbnail, then you would have something like this. Click on it, and then you have two. So I would select this part, and then go to two and create automation clip. Boom, I have it. So if I make changes to here, it will affect the sound. I'll show you. Let's throw something random. So just have a look at it. Just have a look at it. So see, when I would play this, look at this knob. Okay, so it's already sounding pretty nice. So now we'll have to make automation clips like this one, which I am too lazy to do, but let's do it maybe. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll make this one unique, and then what I'm gonna be doing is I'll go back, I'll go to generators, massive number 2, the second thing, link to controller, then I link it to the massive macro one number 2, because what I did is that I didn't draw it again. I copied the same thing, made it unique, and linked it to that one. Sorry if I'm boring you, but I'm lazy. So what I did is that I used the same automation clip here and made them unique, and then linked the controls to this one. Yep. And then what I'll do is that I'll go to my Phazor. Where are you, my Phazor? Yep. I'll go to my Phazor and I'll find a nice place. Like for me, I like this part, which is right near 3 o'clock, and just automate that part. Like this. Okay, sorry. I'll do the same thing, and just because I'm lazy, I'm not doing it, but you would have to do it. You had to have to draw everything. Yeah. So again, boom. There I have it. And now one more thing. So this sounds a bit dirty when you play the whole thing together. So what I'll do is that I'll automate the volume of the whole thing this way. Yeah. So I'm gonna be linking the volume of this one to this one. So what I'll do is I'll make these. Okay, I already did it. I didn't know. So I'll go ahead and link it to the insert 9 volume number 2, because the number 2 comes in when you have made things unique. So if you're happy, give me a like, and this one is also up for a free download on my page, and I'm gonna be putting the massive patch for download besides the FLP, because this guy sucks or something like that, I don't remember the name, wanted the laser patches, but I didn't include the massive patches as a different download, and he was on Ableton, so he could not open the FLP. So just for fuck's sake, I'm gonna be putting it differently. I hope you liked it, and go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/mr.yral, and like the page, and go to the like to downloads thing tab thing, and just download it from there if you're too fucking lazy to do it. And that's it. Follow me on SoundCloud, and see you after 1.2 billion years. Goodbye.